It's me, your boy. Hello everybody, welcome to my first ever solo panel at a con. Thank you. I had several months to prepare for this panel, which is why I didn't prepare. And I'm just like, I'm gonna wing it, because I feel like I do best when I just improvise. So I was gonna write notes on what I wanted to talk about, but then I'm like, that's stupid, I'm gonna just wing it. How's it going? How's the weather so far? No, okay. It is a bit warm, isn't it? But it's been great. Thank you all so much for coming by and coming to meet me at my booth and saying nice things to me and coming to my dumb little panel. It means a lot to me. What we're going to be talking about is mostly how I got started in voice acting and how you guys might get started in voice acting. That's why I called it IB Voicing, and so can you! And if you can't, then I'm sorry, no refunds. So, to give you a little bit of my lore, my name is Ben Balmaceda. I'm a Capricorn. My favorite color is orange. I like burgers and fries. I really like Metal Gear Solid. I think that's a pretty good series.
Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei. Yeah, there you go! And I've been acting ever since I was 4 years old. I started out doing theater. I don't remember the name of the first play I did. But I was the Snow King, whatever the hell that means. I'm gonna try not to swear because there might be children in the audience, so I'm sorry if I do. Please don't kill me. So I mostly did theater growing up. I did just a lot of small productions here and there, and I did some Shakespeare, and then when I got into college, I just did 2 shows a semester because I could not stop acting. I just love doing it. It's the thing that makes me the most happy outside of playing video games and watching videos of people falling over. I think that's really fun. I started to get into voice acting because I wanted to act anywhere. My dad was a diplomat, to give you guys some context, which means that I had to move around a lot ever since I was little, so I never would stay in the same place for long enough to really establish myself in a theater scene. So I was like, hey, what if I could act from anywhere in the world? And then voice acting was like, hey, how's it going? So I decided to hop online and figure out how to do it. I read online where do I do the voice acting? And I found the Voice Acting Alliance forums, rip in peace. It's gone. It's been hacked and taken over and deleted. But it's okay, I'll get to the replacement later on. Wait for it. So I did some fan dubs when I was younger, and I did a Phoenix Wright fan dub, and I love Phoenix Wright so much, it's great. That's how I got my first original role in something. I got it in a video game called Vector Thrust on Steam. Please don't play it, it's kind of bad. And I just played this British evil dude that's prep my night hound. I'm going to fight those people with my own jet and everything. But I was young and inexperienced and bad, so please don't play it and don't listen to my acting. Thank you. Forget the name of the game too. Thanks. So I kind of just did online indie stuff for a few years, and I really only treated voice acting as a hobby because I just thought it was fun. I was doing the acting thing. It was cool. It was great. But then I moved to America. I was living in Switzerland before I moved to America. And I told my dad, Dad, I want to go to America and I want to be an American. And my dad's like, what? So I had to convince him, and he's like, all right, you nerd. If you can get accepted into an American university, then we'll let you go. And I got accepted into 4 of them. So thanks for the clap. So I moved and I still wasn't really sure what I wanted to do in my life because I was still treating voice acting as a hobby. I wanted to get into computers, so I majored in information systems. Shout outs to all you IT people in the crowd. You're the real heroes. Woohoo. I was following some random voice actors on Twitter, and one of them was like, hey, I'm teaching a class in New York City. And I'm like, wow, New York City is like a 2-hour train ride away. I could go to that class and meet this cool voice actor person. And that voice actor was Brittany Lauda. She voices Foo Fighters in JoJo. She is Rico in Made in Abyss. She's just a bunch of characters. Really, really talented actress. One of my good friends. So I went to the class, and it was like a mock audition for an anime. And I went in, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to do what I did for these online auditions that I did. And I did it, and then afterwards they were giving me feedback, and they were like, hey, if this was a real audition, Ben would have booked it. And I was like, what? Are you serious? And they're like, yeah, you should take our follow-up class, which is like an intro to ADR, like actual anime dubbing. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I should. And as I was heading home, I felt like something within me stir. It was like a spark, but it wasn't a fire yet. So like a month later, I went to their follow-up class where I got to do ADR for the first time, and that spark turned into a flame. And that's when I realized I want to do this for the rest of my life, because it was so much fun, it was great, I was having the time of my life, so I decided to keep doing IT, but use it to fund my voice acting. Like, that way, I think the best way to get into voice acting is to make sure that there's the least amount of hurdles in front of you, whether it be financial, or emotional, or mental. Like, you want to approach acting from as clear of a space as you possibly can. That way you can, like, fully immerse yourself in the world of doing funny little voices and being a funny little silly guy. So that was basically how I got my start. I graduated, I moved to Texas because it was cheap as heck to live down there. And, you know, Funimation, well, the company formerly known as Funimation, used to be there. And so Brittany was living there at the time, and she's like, hey, I saw that you moved, you were good in my class, let me bring you in to do a bit for a show that I'm directing. And it was called Legend of the Galactic Heroes, if any of you have heard of it. That was my first Funimation / Crunchyroll role. And then I just did some bits in Walla here and there, and eventually the pandemic happened, and I found myself living with 4 other voice actors, and we had a booth that was big enough to accommodate the 4 of us. So we hit up Crunchyroll / Funimation and said, hey, we can do Walla for you guys.
I know I'll never be the same. Shook my world so hard again. Wish I washed away my sins. He's a dead man walking, blank stare in his eyes. Should have given up on the ones I trust. Never should have been surprised when they shot him down. Cold blood to the ground.